just going to be 100%. I did not expect to get in. I expect to get chosen based on how many people applied and how many people they were going to take. And I got into that, and I remember I told Kendrick, and he was like, "Oh wow, that's amazing. You got to lean into that." Because I explained to him that we did talk about subnetting, we did talk about compliance, GRC. They kind of gave a really good broad overview to kind of help you pick your lane where you were going to go. And that's when Kendrick was like, "Okay, I think we can work with this, along with the networking that he and I worked with and things of that nature." So I thought it was great. It was hard. It was difficult. It was a lot of late nights. Kendrick, you and I doing 9, 10, 11, 12, starting to get the red eyes, like, okay, we got to shut this down. But it was great learning, and it's one of the things that is going to be the norm if you're really going to make this transition. If this is not where you're coming from, not what your base interest was or base education is, it's going to be a lot of those type of nights. And that was the one thing that I really appreciated, that I had Kendrick there, pushing me and helping me and saying, "Hey, this is what it's going to take," and not making me feel like I was doing it by myself. Because that's the one thing that's not going to work. Because I tried that long before I met with Kendrick, and doing it by yourself just isn't going to work. You need mentors, you need help, and you need to network.
Yeah. So the thing is, I appreciate Daniel, because once again, I didn't really have a formal plan at the time. I just kind of knew, here's what I know, and this is how I taught, because it kind of, and I shared the story with them. The way I was taught networking is, I had these guys that I worked with, man. It was this guy, he's an engineer. He had already retired one time, was on his second engineering gig. He and another guy walk over, and they basically brought these books over to my desk, and they put like this big pile of books on my desk, and they say, "Read this," and they walked off. And that was my introduction, like, for when I was doing, working full time as far as networking. I did get some experience in school and stuff like that, pulling cable and stuff like that.